Tower of Babel. Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Tonight, we are going back to the story of Noah, to where they stepped off the ark. This is a story about how God guides us, even when we go the wrong way. So, snuggle in. Take a deep breath, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Ready? Let's begin. After the flood, Noah and his family stepped onto dry ground. The earth felt fresh, clean, like a brand new beginning. This was a brand new world. God blessed the family of Noah and said to them, "Be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth. Spread out. Build your families, live and grow in the world that I have made." And so they began. Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, had many children. Their families grew into tribes and nations, and they lived in different regions. They were meant to spread out across the earth, just as God commanded. But although the flood changed the world, the human heart did not. Years have passed. The world was full of life again. At that time, something special was true. Everyone spoke the same language. Every word was understood. Every voice felt familiar. People could work together easily and build amazing things. But slowly, very quietly, something began to change. Even though the world was new, the human heart was not. Instead of spreading out across the earth, people began to gather in one place, going against God's command in a wide open land called Shinar. They liked being together. They felt strong together. And soon they began to make a plan. The people said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and build a city." Their voices were excited. "Let us build a tower that reaches to the heavens." Their dreams grew bigger. "Let us make a name for ourselves so we won't be scattered." They did not say, "Let us follow God." What they said was, "Let us make ourselves great." So they began to build. Bricks were shaped from clay, baked in hot fires, and stacked one upon another. The city grew, and in the center the tower rose higher and higher and higher. The children looked up in wonder as workers climbed and carried the bricks up into the skies. The leaders smiled with pride. "Look what we can do," they said. But they were building without God. God saw the city. He saw the tower stretching toward the sky. And he saw something deeper, something hidden in their hearts. Pride. They were trying to lift themselves up instead of trusting him. So, in his wisdom, God chose to act. One morning, the workers returned to their tasks. A man called out, "Bring me more bricks!" But the worker beside him frowned. "I don't understand you." Another voice shouted from above, but it sounded strange, unfamiliar. Soon, confusion spread across the whole city. Words no longer matched. Voices no longer connected. Friends could not understand friends. Families struggled to speak. The one language they all understood was gone. One language became many. Without understanding, the work stopped. The tower stood unfinished. Groups of people gathered with those they could still understand, and slowly they began to move away, across rivers, over hills, into distant lands. They spread out across the earth, just as God had planned from the beginning. And the city was called Babel, because there God confused their language. The tower was never finished, not because the people were weak, but because they forgot something important. They tried to be great. True greatness comes from walking with Him. Even though the people were scattered, God never stopped loving them. And this was not the end of the story, because one day God would begin again with one man and one promise: to bless the whole world. And so, as the stars filled the sky and the world grew quiet once more, the people rested in lands far and wide, under the same gentle heavens that God had made. Remember, we don't need to build towers to be important. God already sees us. God already loves us. And the best place to be is to be walking with Him. And now you know the true story. Until we meet again, good night, and may God bless your rest.